Today is a very special episode. So, little background story. Before I get into it, I'm a collector. I'm an I like to collect anime figures and stuff. Well, unfortunately, that spending has to stop. So I've been not collecting anything, and that drive to collect something, the dopamine fix, has not been getting met. Well, every now and then, I end up walking into a half-price books. And the money is now being allocated towards something else. Tarot decks. Fortunately, I'm collecting an unhealthy amount of tarot decks now. But, when they speak to your soul, it's kind of hard not to. For instance, boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see. This our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. But it's upside down for you. I found a freaking Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. So the reason I get so jazzed about cards like this or decks like this is because when I go into half-price books, they have these two sections. They have one section where they carry tarot decks regularly, and then they have one section where it's locked off because it's one of a kind. Like, stuff gets donated, so they don't carry it on a regular basis. They just have it, and when it's gone, it's gone. So every time I go up into this locked case, it means it's one of one, typically, in the store at least. I would have to go online to find it somewhere else. That's actually where I found my Cosmic deck. That was in the exact same half-price books I bought this from. Huh. I'm starting to wonder if there's something about that store I need to go back to. But in the meantime, it spoke to me. Nightmare Before Christmas has been a cornerstone of my childhood. Wow, I'm even getting emotional talking about it. So, tarot deck. Had to. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. Even if I didn't have the money for it. Oops. Alright, I'm actually going to use one of the readings out of the book. Okay. So here's one, here's two. What does this one do? Okay. So let's do this. In your head. No, that doesn't work. I'm going to tap into the collective. I am also doing this read for myself. Typically when I do reads, I have reflections back. But I'm also doing this for the collective. So I've got two options. I might actually do two in one, which I typically don't do. Okay, you know what? Let's do it this way. So the first one is about inspiration on how to move when you're stuck. The simple tarot spread will inspire you when you're feeling stuck, in a rut, or bored with routine. Whether your Eureka moment involves an exciting quest to take over Christmas, or something a little less dramatic and harrowing, the tarot spread will stimulate your imagination. Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see. This our town of Halloween. I can't. I'm sorry. Even if my singing is bad, I can't not sing. Alright, so it's going to be left to right. I'm going to do it from your left since it's looking correctly. Lament. This tarot card represents an aspect of your current situation. Oh, of course it's the future reading. I was hoping it was something different. Whatever. Okay, so this shows what you need to change in order to be more creative. The King of Potions. Now, without even looking at the book, Potions is cups, which has to do with emotions, King of Emotions, and as you can see, this guy has got it bottled up. Maybe I have been getting that read from a couple other people. I'm just trying to figure out what the emotion is. I know some of it's probably anger. I know I've got some emotions definitely bottled up. Maybe you do too. So this is repetitive for me. And normally when a spiritual message repeats, it's a pretty good chance it's for you. So I've got emotions bottled up. Now let me actually read what the card says. That's just what I'm getting from looking at the card itself. But, oh wow, this is first. The potions are at the back. The King of Potions is a loyal, sensible problem solver. Embody the energy of the King of Potions by maintaining a healthy balance between the head and the heart. Okay, so that's interesting. Be logical, but stay compassionate and kind. Ooh, okay. Okay, so perhaps that was just me interpreting my own thing. Maybe you've got some emotions bottled up too that you would like to release. Maybe you've got some you don't even know about. Like I said, I know I've been getting told I have some emotions bottled up, and I'm actually trying to figure out what they are. I know for me, it's been anger, but that's because I don't know how to helpfully express that. I'm working on it. So instead, I just stuff it down and say, go away. But, on the other end, it said, use your head and your heart. So I know that's one of the primary lessons I've been learning, is balance between using your head and your heart. Because then there's the cold and calculus, like I do this all the time. The cold and calculus mind. I constantly try to think my way out of a situation. But no matter how smart you are, sometimes you just can't think your way out of a paper bag. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to feel your way out. But then, sometimes the heart, is just to and flow. I don't know. I want to say to and flow because at the same time, if you reside in the heart too much, well, then that's when you get your heart broke. Sometimes it feels good in your heart, but maybe there's an underlining feeling that we don't notice or something, and then logically it's like, wait, hold on, this doesn't add up. But we follow our heart anyways, and then it ruins us. Because the heart's naive. It doesn't know better. It learns. And it's open. And when it's open, for me at least, even if it hurt or learned something bad, I keep it open, it's still willing to get hurt by the same thing. You get what I'm saying? That's how abusers continue to get abused. Well, your heart stays open. You're still convinced you love this person, even if it's like, hurting you. So you have to use a balance of both. I actually can't speak too much on that, because I'm still trying to figure that out myself. That's actually the purpose of what I'm going through. The next card represents the nature of your creative epiphany. You know what? Okay. I'm being told to stay on that card. It shows why you're feeling a little uninspired. Oh, okay. Okay, part of it too for me is emotional burnout. So right now, I have so many creative projects I want to work on. There's a lot of stuff I actually want to do. But my body hates me right now and it's been recovering. So I am physically tired. I am drained. I feel like shit. Alright? I physically feel like shit. But my mind is beating me up saying, nope, get up, go, do stuff, move. Be logical, produce. So that's one thing too. I'm feeling, you may be feeling that too. So there's a disconnection between the heart and the head for me. It takes some time to get it into synchronicity. It's a difficult thing. Don't beat yourself up. It's really difficult. Okay, so the Hierophant, number 5. No, too far. There we go. Alright, so this one represents the nature of your next creative epiphany. Interesting. The Hierophant is a teacher and a leader who values traditions, rules, and order, just as much as the mayor of Halloween Town. Upright. Do you have a trusted mentor in your life? whether they're an elected official like a mayor, or a teacher, community leader, or spiritual counselor. Look to them for guidance. Okay, you're calling me out. Even if you don't agree with all their ideas and processes, learning from them will help you form your own opinions on how to manage your life. Okay. So for me, I do have one person in my life, and I've kind of been avoiding talking to them. Because I don't know, there's this fine line of, we technically have all the answers inside of us. And sometimes, when we look for answers outside of us, that's when we get screwed over. Because someone doesn't know what you need, typically. So I used to, take their word as law, and it would fuck me over because it wasn't something for me. My bad, I curse. So I would constantly seek answers outside of myself, even though the answers cannot be found outside of yourself. However, there is interesting chemistry or a chemical reaction that happens. Say, for instance, when I go and talk to this person, even if what they said may not necessarily help, there could be information in there for me. Something triggers a specific phrase or a word, triggers inspiration inside of me. And I actually still benefit from the conversation in a different way than what I had anticipated. So, maybe having a talk with a person that you don't really want to, or have been avoiding, like I said, calling myself out, is actually quite necessary because there's something there for you. And I keep saying I call myself out because I've been having this feeling. I know I've been wanting to go and talk to this person, but at the same time, a part of me has been kicking myself like, no, you don't need answers. You don't need answers. But the niggling feeling, the intuition is saying go talk to him. I've just been kind of avoiding it. So that's probably what I'm doing today. We'll see. So for you, it says the next creative epiphany. Now for me, it sounds like I'm supposed to get some kind of creative insight, creative spiritual insight on what to do. Could be the same thing for you. Whether it be actually a solution to a problem that you have, or simply a inspiration for a creative project. Okay, next card. Number 3, the Two of Needles. Santa Claus. This card gives you a peek into the future by showing you where your big eureka moment will take you. So we're apparently having this conversation. Wow, sorry, I'm getting hiccups. Is that a thing? Spiritual confirmation hiccups? I'm sitting there drinking a cup of coffee and I just felt like I inward burped, which would be a hiccup. An inverted burp, which is a hiccup. The Two of Needles. The needles, I'm going to assume, is candles. I'm sorry. I meant to say wands, but that's candles. So the Two of Needles must actually be swords. I did not read the beginning of this book. Okay, in this book, the 4 suits are potions, candles, needles, and presents. Cups, wands, candles, swords. Okay, so I was right. The Two of Swords. Presents, too far. When you hit presents, that means you've gone too far. Ace of Presents, candles, suits of candles. Okay, maybe not far enough. The Knight of Needles. Sorry, brand new deck, literally the first time. Was the Two of Needles. Something heavy is on your mind. You've been racking your brain over a predicament, trying to come up with a solution that benefits everyone involved. Make sure you're seeing things as they really are. You need all the facts before you can make up your mind. Okay. So I can already feel how this is reflecting in my heart. Maybe it's a reflection of a person for you. For me, right now, my energy's getting in the way, but it's only 14 minutes. Alright. Let's do this one. So what did I just get done saying? A solution that benefits. Something's heavy on your mind, trying to rack a brain, a predicament. Oh, okay, so for me it's obviously trying to get out of whatever situation I am with my apartments. I'd like to avoid being homeless. So I guess it's basically saying you're gonna get a solution to your problems. Whatever issue you have, acting on this inspiration or getting this inspiration or having this conversation really helps the ball get rolling. Alright, tarot cards, I hear you. I'm gonna go out and visit my spiritual teacher today. Okay. So I'm gonna do another spread. So now that we had that, let's dive a little deeper. Ooh, interesting. Coming from your perspective, it's going to be like this. So a peek behind the Cyclops eye is a great tarot spread to use when you want to find out what's happening underneath the surface. The first one, the second one, and the third one. Alright, a lot of needles, which is the swords. Which typically, the swords has to do with mentality, I believe, which is mindset. I lost my cheat sheet. I just misplaced it. Needles refers to the mind, intellect, power, judgment, and personal beliefs. It corresponds to the element of air. Oh wow, and these are all needle. Holy shit. I swear I sorted this deck, like, I shuffled. When I say I shuffle, I do like the TCG or the Magic the Gathering, you know, Pokemon card. Like, I set out 3 stacks, and I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I shuffle that. So, to get this, apparently it's very important. Let's see what it says. Nitas. I see 3 of Nitas. If I'm not mistaken, that one typically has to do with working together. Excuse me. The 3 of Needles. This is a card of heartbreak, betrayal, and wounded feelings. If a situation is making you feel like needles are piercing your heart, take care of yourself. Express yourself and work through the feelings in your healthy ways. This hurts now, but it won't be forever. Oh, did you have a bad breakup? Damn, dude, that's harsh. I know for me, depending on whether or not the situation was actually true, I had a twin flame situation. So reflecting to me, or I thought I did. You guys might think this is a little crazy, but it even got to the point where it felt like it was telepathy. Like we were talking to each other on an etherical level, on an energy level. And then they just ghosted me. And it's been really painful, because I've never felt anything like that. So, you know, you get a taste of something new and then find out you never get to have it again. You're just like, damn. Or you may not, but that's how it feels right there. Ooh, my words just caught it. And it feels like you're never gonna have it again. Damn. Okay. This card represents what appears to be going on. It's the base of the card that shows your current perception of the situation. So apparently you're going through a breakup, and I'm really sorry about that. Mine wasn't even a full dating, so I couldn't even say. It's just emotions got involved, and so mine wasn't even a real relationship. I just told myself a story. So this is number 2. Page of Needles. The Page of Needles represents a cunning, curious personality archetype. Like Lock, Shock, and Barrel, the Page of Needles has wit and cleverness, but lacks the maturity to realize his way isn't always the best way. This card shows what's hidden. The card shows the nature of an important aspect of the situation. And I feel like this energy is for us, and not another person. Perhaps this needs surrender. I thought, and what happened for me was I gave away my power. Oftentimes, a lot of people find this in situations of relationship. We give away our power to the other person, because we believe we're two halves of a whole, and we're not individual wholes. So essentially, I thought I needed this person to complete me. And I thought it was the way to go. I thought I was basically codependent. And I thought this was going to be the specific path. And I told myself this full story, and the story collapsed, and I didn't know what to do. So now it's like, okay. And it feels like for me, personally, in my life, right now, every time I try to move in a direction, it doesn't feel like it's right. Sometimes. That's just how I personally feel. Sometimes it's because maybe I don't pay attention to what's best for me in the situation. Or maybe emotions get in the way, and I just kind of lose judgment. Hold on, let me try to get a little more on this card. So it's talk about being sneaky. So for me, reflecting, I don't know. Maybe it is the other person. In my energy, it's the person I thought I was going to be with perhaps was trying to be sneaky and was trying to trick me in a way. They were trying to dump energy onto me. Now, whether or not that was true, because part of me feels like a reflection of, did I do that to them? I don't know. Maybe I did, and I feel guilty if I did. But basically, it's saying this person, if it's reflective of the other person, maybe they tried to be sneaky, and you caught them. Maybe it has to do with your breakup. Maybe you actually just found out someone cheated on you, and they were trying to be sneaky, and that's why there's 3. You found out you had an extra relationship that you weren't aware of. It was non-consensual in your relationship. So you find out they were trying to be sneaky and trying to do things their way, thinking that would be okay. Maybe they didn't mean to hurt you. Maybe it was... I mean, obviously they did because they were trying to be sneaky and they knew what you wouldn't approve, but... Some people it is, they were just trying to do their own thing and not care. Some people it was, maybe they weren't trying to hurt you, but they did anyways. And they were kind of trying to be sneaky, knowing that you wouldn't approve, but didn't necessarily mean to hurt you. They were mainly afraid of something themselves. And then the Queen of Needles. The Queen of Needles is intelligent, intellectual, and sensible. She takes time to make up her own mind and isn't easily swayed by trends, fads, or popular opinions. Fair and practical, the Queen of Needles shouldn't be underestimated. This card is to recall and remember how strong you really are. This card gives you advice to keep in mind while handling the situation. Wow, that's on point. Even so, as I just got done saying, you are smart, you're intelligent, you can get through this, you're strong. This isn't the first time. Whoever I'm talking to, this isn't the first time this has happened. Or a similar situation. It's not the first heartbreak, and I can promise you it's probably not going to be the last. But that's what we learn, and that's how we get through this, is we learn from the situation. I can tell you I've definitely learned some things, or at least I hope I did. That must be earlier. I just feel an overtone of just sadness right now. And I get it. I'm sorry. It sucks. Pain sucks. Betrayal sucks. You think people love you, and then they act against you. But then you realize they don't really act against you, they're just acting against themselves. But it ends up hurting you in the process. That was kind of a deep read, and I actually don't feel like doing any more reads right now. I was going to keep going. But I'm actually kind of stuck in my emotions right now, so we're going to go process this. Hopefully this read had something for you. You guys have a great rest of your day.